Hail G, nice kicks. Keeping it 100 about these kicks I bought. The OG stands for old guy. Just an old guy talking in ish about these kicks. The YouTube channel that talks about the kicks, the story behind the kicks, and nothing but the kicks. Okay, let's do this. Welcome back, OGs, to another episode of Hail G, nice kicks, man. In this episode, we're going to talk about these Air Flightposite 2s, the Kevin Garnett Nikes that came out. But before we get into, well, not that came out, and also I purchased and added to the collect. So before we get into these shoes, let me just introduce my co-host here, Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is a silent co-host. He doesn't say anything, he doesn't do anything. He's only on the channel because what? Guess what? I love Baby Yoda. I love the show. That's my dude, and he is the man. So without further ado, let's get into these Air Flightposite 2s in the collect. So why do I have these shoes in the collect? Two very, very simple reasons. First of all, I'm a Kevin Garnett fan. And when these first came out, I was checking them out because I like uniquely designed shoes. These shoes are unique, to say the least. I like the way the silhouette looks. Secondly, the most important reason why I bought these shoes is because during the pandemic, they went on sale and I got them for a good price. So I liked them at first when they first came out. I used to look at them, I used to pick them up when I went in the store, but I wasn't gonna pay the original retail price for these. So when they went on sale, I got two of them. I got these, and I'll show you the other colorway that I have. I've worn these once. It's probably not a shoe that I wear a lot, but I will wear it probably more in the fall and the winter time. I do like the Flightposites. I like the Foamposites too. I have one pair of those that I'll talk about in a future episode. But they're interesting looking shoes. They're going to use the word ugly to me, but ugly to me means unique. I like the way the silhouette looks. I did wear them one time. They're not DS. Pretty comfortable shoe to walk around in. This here is the other colorway that I purchased these shoes in. Again, they were on sale. I got both pair for what it cost to get one pair when they originally came out. So it was a nice sale. Got it from establishment, a credible establishment that I ordered online from. And I got the purple colorway simply because purple is the color of my favorite team, purple and black. I'm going to just say this because this channel is all about the sneakers and nothing about the sneakers, but I am a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm a huge Ravens fan, so anytime I can find a nice shoe to kind of go with my Ravens gear to make my purple pop, that's the only reason why I bought the purple pair. I do like the Boston Celtics as well, so I did get the green pair as well, but ultimately, the shoe was on sale, and I am a Kevin Garnett fan, and I want to have one version of each shoe that each of my favorite basketball players put out. I'm even thinking about going back and getting some Magic Johnson Converses, maybe some Larry Bird Converses, just to have in my collection, because I'm an OG, and it's nostalgic for me to go back and remember these players when I was a kid and a teenager growing up, and if I have their shoes, it kind of adds to that nostalgia. So that's why I go back and get these. Kevin Garnett, of course, is one of my favorite players of all time. Straight out of high school, balled in Minnesota, balled in Boston, got his one ring, his famous line, "Anything is possible," whatever, man. It's kind of corny, but he got his ring, teaming up with Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, the truth. So, and yes, I do like the Boston Celtics. It's one of my teams. I like a lot of teams. I just like good basketball. Like, I'm watching the finals now. I really don't care who wins. I like to see Phoenix win. But, I like Giannis, and I like the fact that, Phoenix is a young team, and I'm a Chris Paul fan. So, but let's get off of basketball and get back into these shoes. I will say between the green and the purple, I do like the way the green pops more. I did wear I wore them both once, at least one time, just to kind of break them in. You got to break your shoes in when you get them. That's the thing about shoes. You definitely got to break these puppies in. Comfortable shoe when I did wear them. I wore them once, so let me just go back. Let me backtrack. Rewind. Okay. I think they were comfortable. It's been a while since I wore these because, for a while they weren't going out as much. I can anticipate myself wearing these more, like I say, in the fall and in the winter time. Maybe I'll bust them out later in the summer when it's not as hot outside. Good shoe. So, not a lot to say because there's a real simple reason why I bought them. It's Kevin Garnett, and they were on sale. So I'm not going to sit here and try to BS you guys with a story that goes behind them. There's no story behind them. It's Kevin Garnett, and I was able to get both pair for the price of one. Real simple, right? You can't beat that. That's the story behind these sneakers. Okay, now you can tap whoever's watching and wake them up. Really boring story for this episode. But I told you I'm going to keep it raw and authentic and whatever comes to mind. And when I see these shoes, I think two things. Sale, sale, sale. 2 for 1. And lastly, Kevin Garnett. I mentioned Kevin Garnett first, but I could care less if it was Kevin Garnett. I do like Kevin Garnett, but I wasn't paying that original retail price for a Kevin Garnett shoe. It's not like he's Jordan now. Come on now. Don't insult me. I don't even know why I pay that money for Jordans, but Jordan is the man. So let's show you these puppies on feet. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. So this is how these puppies look on feet. It's a nice shoe. It's a comfortable shoe. These shoes remind me of a pair of Gary Paytons that I had back in 96, 97. I think I had those back in the day. In my late 20s, I had young kids, so I wasn't buying sneakers. I wasn't really into sneakers like that back then. And I wasn't buying them anyway because I wanted my kids to look good, not me. I was the OG. I was the father. I wanted my kids to look good and feel good about themselves. So I was mainly focusing on making sure they had the best education and they looked good when they did go to school, so they felt good. Because I know clothes make me feel good, so I want to make sure my kids felt that way. So with that said, these do remind me of those Gary Paytons that I did, and I actually went out on a limb. I was out shopping with some friends from work, and I actually purchased those Paytons, and I paid that money for those. They're like $100. I'm paying $100 for sneakers. Now you pay $100. You can't really find a pair of good sneakers for $100. But back then I was like, are you kidding me? This is back in 96 and 97. These are comfortable, like I said in previous episodes. When I have different colorways, I'm not going to show you both colorways on feet because it's the same shoe, just different color. And that's the thing that bothers me. It's like, why does the color of the shoe determine the amount of the shoe? Or if you have certain people associated with it. It's crazy with the shoe game. And all it is legalized scalping. And I thought scalping was illegal. So now instead of scalping tickets, they're scalping sneakers and then reselling them. It's really, to me, somebody needs to regulate that and go back and say, hey, that's just not right. And the thing is, well, then just don't buy them, right? They're just shoes. But, the consumer should be able to get this stuff without getting ripped off, and I think the sneaker game is ripping us off right now. And I say this in a lot of episodes because it pisses me off. But I can say for these, I got 2 for the price of 1, so hey, and I think that's what we need to do, folks. We need to stop buying that shit, overly priced shit. I go on these sites and you see a player like a Devin Booker. His shoe cost $160 and he's charging almost $1,500 for that shoe because it's a purple Kobe. But the rest of the shoes cost, they're even overpriced, $300, $400. I saw some Isaiah Thomases, not the original Isaiah Thomas, but the little Isaiah Thomas that complained all the time when he played for Boston, then he went to Cleveland. And because he's not popular anymore, his shoe, you can get his for $158, like $8 over what the original cost was. Same shoe, red. That's a red shoe, all red shoe. His is $158, and Devin Booker, because he's Devin Booker, I guess, playing for Phoenix. They haven't won anything. He hasn't won anything either, and his shoes cost $1,500. Are you kidding me? I'm like, forget that. And I like Kobe's, and I'm glad Kobe's not with Nike anymore. We need to start our own sneaker brands and stop letting these companies make billions and billions of dollars and then support these tyrants in office. Yeah, I'm just saying. But let me get off of that. Comfortable on feet. I went off of script again. I don't have a script. Sometimes when I edit these videos and I listen to myself, I'm like, what the hell was I talking about? I told you, it's raw and uncut. When the shoes go up, I just speak my mind. So with that said, thank you for joining me for this episode, and peace.